and welcome to the JTrain Podcast. This is JTrain, Jared Freid, coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. That's right, every Wednesday is a Chit Chat Wednesday, where I sit down with a comedian, a friend, an expert. Today I have all three. I have comedian, friend, expert in all things, I would say food, entertaining, culture. I would put us as culture experts. You and I we are a good observers of what's right and wrong in this society.
Absolutely.
Alison Leiby, thank you for coming back on the JTrain Podcast.
Thank you.
An OKP, original key player. How are you? Great to see you.
Great to see you. Sorry, it's very dark here because the sun is down because it's 4 after 4. So
how do we fix this? Let's talk about this. This time of year comes every year. I don't know why it feels like it's gotten darker, or are we just getting older and we're seeing the end of days?
Here's a piece of it that, I think maybe you and I have that other people might, or I think a lot of people maybe in the pandemic change of what work is. When I worked every day in an office, it didn't really faze me what time the sun went down. I just knew there was a day where I would leave when it was light, and then there would be a day where for a while I leave when it's dark. But I'm just at home watching the sun slowly go down, and then I'm like, I'm not going to leave my house now. It's 4:30. But I had no issue when I was already out.
We've become human sundials.
Yes.
We are just watching the progression of the day outside our own windows. Yeah, that's a good point.
In an office, I was doing stuff. I wasn't near a window for a lot of those jobs. So it didn't change what time I was leaving work. And I was I'm already out of the house. So going out.
Do we need more to do?
I do.
You do. Okay, so if anyone's looking to hire Alison for anything, just
I have no
to get
skills,
her moving around a little bit more.
Would love to get out of the house.
She can write some great, jokes for you if you're looking to be funny. Maybe that's a job we should start pitching.
Writing for money?
Yeah.
I used to do it.
We can help you with human interactions for people.
Oh, sure.
Well, yeah. I'm saying, now that the world has gone online, people have their own interpersonal videos to do. They have their own production things to do.
Yeah, I feel we could be consultants, comedy consultants for life. That's something. I think I would
get someone
lose my mind.
The week at the office.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'd make it fun. If someone came to you and was here are 3 people at the office that I really want to wow with a couple of fun, light zingers, but not roast jokes. I'm not talking about roast.
No.
I don't like
something self-deprecating or something kind of about the office culture or something that's just I'm funny.
Right. We could it does sound like a business that I would be it is not that bad of idea. Where I'm a personality coach.
Yeah.
If I had someone come to me and was here's kind of what I do, and I was I can give you 10 lines to use in your life and throughout the day, right?
Here are the things I would need in order to do that. 1, I need to know everything that's happening in your office with all of the people. I need to know all of the dirt. And then I need to see inside of your home. Those are the 2 things I'm going to need. Those are my favorite things.
What would you need from their home?
Nothing. I just want to see inside everybody's house. I just want to know what I can get a perspective on what's going on with you. Just let me see your house. I just want to see inside of every single person's house, not from a judgment standpoint, but just out of pure curiosity.
Well, that's a lie. It's always a judgment.
Sure, but not because
judgments.
Yes, not harsh.
Judgments are like sneezes. Can we don't you think a judgment you just have them? It's not.
But I don't not to be mean and be look at this shithole this person lives in, but just to be okay, so you're going couch on the left side of the room. That's crazy. I couldn't imagine. Just stuff like that. I want to see every of my apartment in my building and be what did you put in here?
Right. How did you use the space? But that is a judge.
Yes, that's a judgment.
I think it's not. To say I judge isn't to say I'm going to be mean with this ammo.
Yeah.
If I collected bullets, it wouldn't be I'm firing the bullets. I just have them on the shelf. I don't know why.
Yeah.
The ammo thing made sense to me.
Yeah, but we could do this. We could make this a job.
I think so. What are you doing lately? What are you eating lately? Anything specific that you've eaten?
I mean, it is.
What have you eaten lately? Is a great opening question.
Again, all I want to know about what people are doing. What are you eating? What have you been wearing? Right. It is that we are in my favorite season for food because we could do soup. And also, it's baked potato season, baby. Like I love a baked potato.
What? Are you kidding me? I didn't think we were going to be talking baked potatoes.
I mean, it's still a little early in the year for baked potatoes because you have to leave your oven on for so long. But like, doing a lot of soups, and I did nachos the other night. That I could talk about these nachos.
How do you prepare a baked potato? Like, are you making it? Are you going out for baked potato? Baked potato
is a crazy thing to go out for. It's so cheap to do it at home.
Well, if you've had a good one, it's all the stuff on the side that you would order the baked potato for that they do better than I would. I don't want to have to. The real cost of a baked potato
is the toppings.
Is bacon bits and getting the toppings and putting them out and cleaning up the dishes. There's a lot that goes into a baked potato.
I like that stuff. So I personally am like, I want to put stuff in little bowls and then be in charge of garnishing this thing in the way that I would like. So yeah, but like I want it crispy, crispy, crispy on the outside. So like I'm leaving that thing in there for like 90 minutes at 400. Like it heats up the apartment in a significant way. So we're not there yet. But I did make some great nachos.
Yeah, talk about the nachos. Let me hear.
Okay.
What did you do?
I did them with friend of the pod, friend of ours, Natasha and Lisa. They came over and we made, Natasha cooked up a steak. And so we had really good steak, like chopped up. And then, we like to do layer of chips. And then we cooked, some black beans down in the pan that the steak was in. So it had like the seasonings.
This is all great, but here's my pushback. Okay. And I think my issue with steak in Mexican items, nachos, in a burrito. I had a steak burrito the other night. Tough bite.
We chopped it very small. So, right. But I do find it's usually too big.
Right. And if we're talking about it, we're two fine people, but we're not geniuses. No. How are they not is there something that the steak loses with a fine chop? Is it that it loses juices?
Probably.
Why are we doing this to ourselves?
It probably is a mix of losing juices and also just more time consuming for like a place that's trying to get food out quickly.
Right. I mean, I had a steak burrito the other night and it came dry, which I appreciate. So it was like steak.
Let me make it wet.
Rice.
Let me make it wet. Let me control the wetness.
Right. Well, that was the option. You can either get it grilled or you can get it wet on the plate. And the guy said the wet is a fork and knife number.
That's not what I want.
Which I like when someone describes something as fork and knife. I like that I knew what I was getting.
Yes.
But I did like the dry burrito that I then guac, salsa, and sour cream was on the side like a paint palette. Plus, it had a bowl of hot green, like salsa, hot green stuff. And I was very happy to be able to go through the paint palette.
Yes, and manage, like sometimes you want a bite where you're like loaded up with the hot green, but sometimes you're like, let's just put a little regular salsa and some sour cream on this for like a different kind of bite. Like I want that kind of control all the way through. It's why I hate bowl culture.
But that's the well, bowl culture's gone. Don't you think this is
I don't know. I've not been a part of it. So I just like the few times I have a bowl, I'm like, this is annoying and I don't like this bowl.
People love a bowl. I do like a bowl. Sometimes I crave the texture of a bowl. Like I want rice and other things on a fork.
Right. But every meal can't be like every bite's the same mix of thing. Like sometimes you want different stuff.
with the bowl stuff, it does feel like you're just getting your portion. Like it feels very like post-apocalyptic. Here's your bowl.
It's how a baby eats.
Here's your troughs, pig.
Yeah, it's like I was like when somebody was like, "Here's my meal. I have ground beef and cottage cheese and avocado," and I'm like, "That's a baby's meal. That's how a baby eats." Right. They're like, "It's like here's a little plate with a couple of soft things on it. Just finish it."
Right.
Like, grow up. Grow up.
If you've been struggling with your weight, your energy, or your hormone levels, it's time to take better care of your gut. Bioma makes it easy. It's a gut supplement that has prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics to get your microbiome acting like it should. Just take 2 capsules before breakfast and you're good to go. I've been taking Bioma Health. I have been enjoying it. I got to say, it does make you feel less bloated. It's been a big part of like my diet, and I've been really enjoying how I felt. And I got to say, I'll give a personal endorsement. Cleans you out, hint, hint, what a dump. So just letting you know. And also, look at this. A healthy gut can seriously change your life both in and out of the stall. Bioma helps calm your brain fog, anxiety, and those mood swings. And when your gut's better, your life is better. Feel like hell? Bioma's got your back. To get started, just click the link in my show notes and press in the code JTrain to get 15% off your gut's comeback. That's code JTrain for 15% off your order when you click the link in my show notes. When I see someone with their healthy bowl, I know this is like my first thought, like if you were given the Rorschach test, like, you know, healthy bowl, all I can think of is the person's dumps.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like the first
just
thing.
Fiber.
Like, I'm like, this is coming out like a froyo machine. Like, there's no other way to think of this.
That's what it feels like.
So,
okay, so
with the nachos.
So we cooked down a steak, and then Natasha chopped it up very small. But then we cooked some black beans in the steak pan, so it had like the seasoning and like the juices of the steak. And then we did layer of chips, layer of cheese, sprinkle the beans, layer of chips, layer of cheese, sprinkle some more beans, a little bit more cheese, and baked it. So that was just like the base. Not cooking the steak a second time.
If anyone's doing a nacho that's not baked, they've really kind of screwed up the whole thing.
I am controversially not like the biggest queso, like drippy cheese person. Like I would rather a pulley cheese.
Yes.
And like some
I'm with
crispiness.
you with the queso option on the side.
Yes. But like I don't love when it's just like a mountain of chips and then a big like dump of wet cheese on it. I'm like, this could be, we're losing what chips happens, are, which are for me the best part of nachos.
Right. When that happens at a restaurant, I'm like, I've made the wrong choice in restaurant. This is a lazy man's place.
The one place I like it is the Commodore in Williamsburg. They do a queso cheese nacho, and it is very good. But it's not overly wet.
Commodore in Brooklyn, right. Well, the Commodore in Brooklyn, I don't know what they've done I don't know who's in charge of that place or what they're doing. All their food is just really done so well that you're like, it's kind of like that unhealthy version. I love when a place is unhealthy but doesn't make you feel unhealthy.
Yes. Yeah. You're not like looking at a plate.
Didn't they have a fried chicken sandwich?
One of the best fried chicken sandwiches. And it is big, but it's not like a drippy like it's still like I'll eat that whole sandwich and it's large and I'm like, I'm full, but I'm not like I have to go lay down.
I had last night, I'm here in LA, whenever I'm on the West Coast, it's always going to be Asian first. That is like, I started Asian and I moved my way out. And I went to a Vietnamese place and I forgot that pho, like that's a nap. I think it's an underrated nap. Mm-hmm. If you're going to have the big soup at a Vietnamese place, you got to like work in the nap like that. You're going to bed right after. You're not going to walk around. You're like a grocery bag full of water after that.
There's a Vietnamese place near me that's so good, and they used to, and it's not on the menu anymore. You could get a cup of pho, and it was like a third of the size. of a giant bowl of pho. It was like an appetizer. And I was like, I would get like some spring rolls and that. And I was like, dream meal.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like one of those things. I mean, the place I went to last night was like this Vietnamese family. Like they were a machine.
Yeah.
Like, son at the door, husband, wife taking the order, child,
Yes.
the daughter taking your food away, the dad behind the register. Like this place was operating like at a locomotive. And it would be a version of a hate crime for you and I to go up to this place and be like,
Can I have a cup?
I got an idea for you.
No.
Like, hey guys,
No.
we've been thinking, how about you? But it is a good idea.
Yeah, right. You would just have to like have in play, and like obviously they don't do it anymore in a way that I'm like, oh, that clearly was like not a functional way for you guys to be serving that dish, because now you could just get the
Right.
big bowl. But it was like a perfect. I'd like stop in at the bar and get like a fancy gin and tonic and the cup of pho and some spring rolls and be like on my way to like my next stop.
Oh my God, maybe that's our next job. We
Yeah.
I brought you on to pitch a new job.
Well,
for
it
us.
was just a job.
Well, I'm saying we could be, what does Allison and Jared do now? Well, they advise people on how to be human at the office, and then they go to restaurants and they decide on how you would snackify a menu. But I've always been saying this, I've said this for a minute, is that there should be single person
100%.
menus. Like there's kids
Right.
menus, but there's no single person
It's
menus.
true. It's true. So back to the nachos, just because I would like to get to this
Yes.
big thing that we discovered that we invented on
Okay.
Sunday. So then
Please.
like on top of that, then like we put the steak. So like the nachos base are just like cheese, beans, chips, cheese, beans, chips. Like, but then we put the steak and like avocado on top, and then we had bowls of cilantro, of scallions, of jalapeno. I had like a salsa fresca, like a pico de gallo, sour cream, also cotija cheese. Cotija? I always forget. Queso fresco.
Cojita is how I thought.
I think
but
I
could be
always
wrong.
like look at it and I'm like, I know what that is, and then I say it backwards.
Right.
Um,
It's the crumbly Mexican
Yes.
cheese. It's like Mexican
yes,
feta.
yeah, a
to
little
me.
bit drier. So we had like double cheese
Mm-hmm.
going on, and then and then like some hot sauce. But then the big thing I had made a huge cabbage lime slaw. So like really really thin sliced cabbage, really thin sliced red onion, and like a whole head of chopped cilantro. And then just like it's dressed in just like salt and pepper and a ton of lime and just like a tiny dash of sherry vinegar. And so it's just this like very acidic slaw. Wow. And so we were like basically,
Yeah, love an acidic slaw.
I don't want a creamy slaw. I need an acidic slaw
No.
every time.
Nothing grosses me out. I do like a creamy slaw, but I don't want to look at the remnants of a creamy slaw.
I don't care.
It's off-putting,
for
but
it.
acidic slaw, I'm like, I'm in the veggie game. I'm in the healthy game still. I haven't left Healthy Village.
It tastes good.
I'm still on the path to greatness. It's still good. It could have a nut in there and get a
Yeah,
little
like a
more crunch in there
pistachio or like a
sometimes.
sunflower, like
Yes.
a pita. So I didn't have any nuts in there. It was
Yes.
just like straight like veg and acid. So we were making bowls basically where we like lined the bottom with nachos and then like put all the toppings and the slaw on top, and we're eating it like, we called it nacho salad, and it was one of the
Yes.
best. I was like, oh, this is like a version of nachos where like we ate so much of it, but I was like, I don't know. We also ate like most of a head of cabbage. Like we were eating so much vegetables.
I think you've brought up a good point, which is nachos. If we really think about nachos, it straddles the line between appetizer and main. It's neither. It's neither.
Right.
When you add the cabbage to it, you make it a main dish.
Yeah, exactly. It becomes like an action, because like I think so we were like, we really want to make steak nachos and take an edible and watch Practical Magic. That was the plan for the evening. And so then it was like, I don't know, it's a Sunday. And so, but it was just like,
Yeah.
what was hard is like, I like to put out a variety of treats before we get to the main event, but what do you eat before you eat nachos? Like if you want to have something Mexican, like what is that? It's a lot, like I'm not going to make a quesadilla. That's insane. You're going to eat like 9 tortillas. But I was like not going to put out.
You got to stay away from chips and carbs,
cheese.
but it has to be.
And we weren't going to just like eat a salad course. And then so it's like the nachos being like very robust. No, stop it. Riz is here.
Allison dealing with her cat.
He's just like walking around behind me. Where is he? Hey, buddy. Like, get down.
Hey,
there he is. A big boy. The Riz. All right. Nobody beats him. So it was like, oh, this felt like, and then we were kind of going back, and because you were eating like volume veg, like you could keep going back and getting more chips, and it wasn't like, well, now we've eaten 3 bags of chips. Like I was eating less chips, but still really eating a lot, it felt like.
A mistake. This is the thing. I want volume. I don't want to feel like
I'm a volume eater.
And I want volume. These are two things I need in a meal. And as a volume eater, when you're a volume eater, you're thinking of your next move while eating something that's currently filling you up.
Yeah.
So that's a real issue for me, is that I'm generally at 40, I'm still making the mistake of eating chips, then getting nachos, and then going, oh my God, I had 3 helpings of chips. I'm still doing that.
I know. And like, it was kind of nice that we like didn't, we had like a couple of, like I had that like the salsa and the chips, and we each like had like 2 or 3 chips while we were preparing, but like we all knew like, don't eat chips right now. Don't do that.
Right.
But then I was like sitting at one point, like with my bowl eating, still had food in the bowl. And I was like, I can't wait to fill this bowl up with more stuff again in a few minutes. And it's like, you're currently eating and the bowl has stuff in it. Like, you're not done.
I mean, that's the marketing for Ozempic. Like that is what Ozempic, they say. Like when people get like into the extremes on Ozempic, it gets like a little frustrating. You're like, I'm sure there's like a scientist out there being like, no, this was like to totally help. Like, Ozempic is to help like
us.
the food thoughts. Like this is gonna make this go away. Like us, like we should be, and it's like gone off the rails of like it's only for certain people, and it's like no. If you're thinking of what you're going to eat while you're eating something, you probably need this.
And here I am, just being like, I'll eat more cabbage.
I'm like, right. Well, cabbage, like Brussels sprouts, another food that really has had a pretty good, like for me in my life, way better than what I was taught. It was.
Oh, I thought
like, cabbage growing up was like
disgusting.
Gross.
I also didn't encounter a lot of raw cabbage that wasn't in a mayo-based thing. Like, I feel like I saw what my impression of cabbage was either that it was like cooked and that looked gross and that felt like, well, that's what Irish people do, you know, like that's not what Jews are up to, you know?
Right.
Even though like I love a cabbage roll. And then, or it was like a coleslaw type thing that was like also really unappealing to me and not something that like my mother and I really ate. I think my dad likes a coleslaw, but like it wasn't really like part of our diet. So like I thought that's what cabbage was. And then I got older and was like, oh, you can make an acidic slaw. Like, ooh, you could char it and put it in like a miso parmesan broth. That's delicious. Like there's so many good ways to eat it that I guess we didn't know about.
It is one of those things that like cabbage was like known to me as like the same as you, like creamy slaw or like
cooked down,
horrific, cooked, like smelly, and then also used for Weight Watchers soups. Like that's what my grandfather
it was like
would
a diet food.
Right. And it's like, if you think of like, what did the internet improve? You know, you think like, I think internet like improved like our discussion of foods that had a weird branding of negativity.
Yes.
Like it really took a lot of foods out of retirement.
Yeah. And like, I will say like, obviously like, whatever your algorithm and whatever internet you see and whatever TikTok, like I'm thinking specifically of TikTok, but I'm like, for every like chef who's making a 12-layer fried chicken sandwich that they squeeze and it like comes cheese or like whatever, there is like another person who's like, hey, did you know that you could cook cabbage really simply and it's delicious? And I'm like, I do think that it has like helped a lot of vegetables gain kind of popularity.
I do wish we could have an option on social media that's like, you know, when you do like the not interested button, and it was like, why aren't you interested in? And it's like, I'm not interested in Cum's cheese.
Yeah. Like those like sandwiches, like, you know what I'm talking about. It's always like a guy wearing like
of course
black rubber gloves, and he's like squeezing a cross section of a sandwich, and it's like there's 12 sauces on it, and you're like, who's eating that, where, and how? Like, what's happening? This is, I mean, obviously I've learned that like so much of what's on the internet is a fetish that I don't understand. Like, there's all those videos where you're like, what is this? And somebody's like, it's a fetish video. And you're like, oh, okay, great. That makes more sense than it being on its face what it claims to be.
Right. It's like nails touching a package of like Swedish fish.
Yes.
And you're like, wait, there's a whole world of Swedish fish nail touching?
Yes.
Like, and they're like, yeah, there's like this group. And it's like, I don't know if maybe we didn't need to know these things. You know, like what was like peak internet? Like if you think of like what peak internet was.
Websites. Having websites. Going to websites.
Signing onto a website, going somewhere. Purpose.
And like taste and
you
perspective.
think we've lost purpose on the internet?
Now like I read this like interesting thing that was like the internet used to be you would go to a lot of different places to find things, and there would be a little bit of stuff on each one of them. And now you just go to like 3 places and it's everything. And like social media or even like an RSS, like I don't know if RSS feeds are still a thing, but like TikTok, Blue Sky, Facebook, all of those. Like it used to be that like I went to a news site and I read the news, and then I went to a shopping site and I browsed clothes, and then I went to some other like blog and I read that. But now it's like it just lives in one vertical, and it's like there's no like point of view, there's no perspective, there's no taste. It's everything at once.
We are sponsored Cornbread Hemp. If you're not getting any younger, if you're on the hunt for a natural way to stop aches and pains, check out Cornbread Hemp. Their CBD gummies are made with the purest and most potent CBD because the flower is the only part of the plant they use. When you want something that gets the job done, you want Cornbread Hemp. I have been using Cornbread Hemp before bed to go to bed. I get the CBD gummies. They're great. They have such a wide array of products. They have CBD gummies. They have ones with THC in them. They have really it all, and they have great flavors. With flavors like blueberry breeze, blood orange, and watermelon, you can mix it up every day. All their products are third-party lab tested and USDA organic too, so you know you're taking something safe and pure. Right now, JTrain fans can save 30% on their first order. Just head to cornbreadhemp.com/JTrain. Use code JTrain at checkout. That's cornbreadhemp.com/JTrain and use code JTrain. When we put out stuff, I don't like how it feels to get the response anymore. Like, there's a lot of response that is like, I'm being talked about while I'm in the room.
Right.
Like, where they're just like, this, you know, they're like talking about me and something I made, and they've removed me from the equation. And I'm like, this is a bad sign.
Yeah.
Like the algorithm didn't bring you here. I made a thing that the algorithm helped get you to, but also a person made this. Like when they say, like, when someone comments for the algorithm to bring you back here, it's like, so you enjoyed something someone made and you have no interest in the person who made it?
Right.
Like I guess
I don't know how people use the internet.
I understand that, but I don't.
Right. I'm baffled by the way people do things, and like, then I'm like, am I using the internet in a really weird way? But then it's like, if you're somebody who like makes things, you like are always going to use it in a really different way because your experience with it has both sides in a way that like, I think about like my friends who don't do entertainment and aren't like don't do anything. And I'm just like, what do you do on your phone? Like, what do you do on it? How does it work?
How are you
How do you use this thing?
Well, my good friend, the
course.
baby, the baby and Mrs. Baby, our JTrain Podcast movie reviewer and his wife, who I'm close with and well, they're not on anything.
It sounds so great.
And Yeah, there's conversations we have where I'm like telling them about something going on, and they're like, I am so happy I don't know this is going on. Like, they are so excited by it. But also, it's almost like that's a good service. Like, they should offer their services to people to be like when I tell them something, or when they tell me like when I tell them about something going on, or I send them something, I'm like looking for a fresh perspective.
Yeah, right. Somebody who hasn't been like
an untouched
down a K-hole of one side of an argument.
I sent the baby an article that we talked about on You Up, but it was this Vogue article called "Is Having a Boyfriend Embarrassing?" And so this article's been out there. It's from British Vogue, and it's called "Is Having a Boyfriend Embarrassing?" And it was this one woman's op-ed on like, hey, I now realize like I'm in a relationship, but I don't want to become a part of the relationship, trophy raising that comes with it on social media. Yeah. And like, I thought that was an interesting perspective, but then it goes into the end of the article was like it was like about jealousy and like, what do you post and what do you not post? And I kind of get that. Right, performative love. But then at the end, it was like all about how this person was like, didn't want to like, knew how hard dating was and how bad men have made it for women in dating, and that's why they don't want to post their relationship. And it became like this, like, I'm like, how did I get involved in this? How did I get hated on?
Right. The culture is one thing.
But then I was like, right. And then I was like, I go to the baby because I'm like, I kind of did this like, I was like, can you tell me what you felt from this? Mm-hmm. Was I personally offended because I'm drifting towards incel activity? Like, am I getting mad as a man?
Right.
For the wrong reasons? Right. Like, I was like, I need you to like, kind of like add some water here. Like, I need you to like, and he kind of had like a little bit like a different, like a shift of perspective that I was like, okay, that's like a service I think we need. Like, your non-internet friend being like, hey, everything you're doing, I think there's like a different angle.
Yeah,
here.
You're bringing way too much to this. You need to just think about this on its own. Don't add it to all the other things online and all the other people's thoughts. Yeah, that'd be helpful.
Right.
We can't have that job.
It would help. No, I'm out on that job. I think
I'd hire them.
He needs to offer it as a service. Yeah.
That'd be great. That'd be super helpful.
So, what else are you going to eat soon as we finish out this Chit Chat Wednesday? I just like talking to you about what you've eaten. I haven't seen you in a bit. I'm living the Florida life. I mean, I'm going to come back to New York next week.
Let's get a meal.
We should definitely hang. In my travels. Does New York miss me? Have you heard things about it?
Everybody's talking about it. They're like, where's Jared? Everybody on the subway is like, we haven't seen Freid in a while. Right, I'm sure there are plenty of restaurants that are like, we'd like it here. I haven't been in a while, but I do want to stop. My favorite bar near Union Hall, where I almost exclusively perform at this point, has my two favorite appetizer. It's like mostly snacks and little bites is what they're not like, it's not like a restaurant. Okay. It is a bar with very good food. And they have two things I love, and I haven't had them in a minute, so I am looking for a reason before my next show to go there. One of them, they call it burrata bruschetta. It's not. It's French bread pizza. Like, that's not. It's bruschetta to me is cold. Burrata is very wet. This is not that. I don't know why they call it that. They do they make all their own bread, and the bread is like some of the, like, I brought Natasha there, and she was like, this bread is unbelievable. And I was like, okay, so it is good. It's not just me. She knows bread.
So Natasha does know. No, Natasha's a well-known baker. Yes. And is an expert baker. Yes. Okay.
So they do like a.
Is it like French bread, and then it's like chop it in half and put a burrata on it?
No, so it's sliced like a thick piece of, not even thick, like a piece of toast. You would make toast, but it's like a sourdough or like a large baguette type thing. Very chewy. They slice it like regular slices. They rub garlic on it. They put a little bit of like a tomato Like maybe it goes on cold. I don't know. I don't see them make it, but like a little bit of like a tomato sauce and then a piece of burrata, and then they put it under a broiler. It is pizza. It's French bread pizza, but it's the best version of that I've ever. It's like the bread is thin.
Right.
They rub. It's so garlicky. Like it's just unbelievably. I think there's like a ton of garlic in whatever the tomato situation is, and they also I know rub the bread with garlic, which we've seen everybody do on TikTok and does something.
Right. You're doing a show. You do a show on a weekly basis at Union Hall, right?
Yeah, or every other. It's twice a month, which is annoying. It should be weekly. It's very popular. But yeah,
every
Mondays.
Yeah. Well, give the name because this is a good.
Oh yeah.
What's that?
It's on the first and third Monday. It's called Frankenstein's Baby. No, we don't know where that name came from. Somebody said it in a group chat, and we were like, fine. But it is. We're rotating hosts: me, Josh Gondelman, Joyelle Nicole Johnson, Tyrone Thornhill, and then we have DJ Don Will on stage the whole time, keeping the vibes really good. It's just like always great, always good lineups, always like really fun vibes. We all hang out afterwards for a while. It's become a little bit of a hang, which is great. I'm always looking for a hang.
Love it.
And I get to go to Blueprint, the place where I get this appetizer before, if I plan my day correctly and have enough time. The other appetizer they do.
No, this is.
If I can quickly plug it. It is
no, please.
Roasted purple potatoes, like small purple potatoes that are halved or kind of sliced, and then they like roast them so they're like creamy and crispy, and charred shishito peppers, and then with a shallot creme fraiche dip. So it's like potatoes and onion dip, but like in the best, most delicious way possible.
What are you dipping? Is it a chip?
You're dipping like pieces of potato and the shishito peppers like into
the dip.
Because the potatoes are like crispy from getting roasted. So like you use a fork. It's a fork, but not for the shishitos. Those you can hold the handle.
So the place is called Blueprint. It's right near Union Hall where they can come to the show, Frankenstein's Baby, which everyone go follow Allison on all the platforms and go to the show because that's a night.
It's
like,
a
that
good
is
night.
Like,
and they have the best cocktails.
Right. Like that's like
it's just like the perfect bar.
It's so crazy. Like when you hear someone have a night that you're like, there's the night, planned, done, it's yours. And you have so many people that are like, come to me and they're like, well, what do I do? And I'm like, well, you're doing it. This is it. This is it.
Like
this is where you're.
This is it.
Put your phone in your pocket. Go do it. Go to the show. You'll get a laugh. You can dart your eyes around the room. Maybe you see someone you're attracted to.
There you go.
There's your night.
There's your night.
And it's on a Monday, which is like, what a win.
Yeah, the bar, like Union Hall is so chill. Like the show is always like nice and packed, but like the bar upstairs is so chill afterwards. So people are just kind of hanging in the couches and sitting around, and it's just a good vibe. And you could go to Blueprint before or after because it's open pretty late. So
now I love, I mean, you and I probably are big on the snack bar, many different things, little taste of everything.
I want little bites. I want nibbles. I want variety.
Right. And it's hard. I mean, I just love the idea. Well, the thing I was going to bring up before, my dad, I don't know if he knew this was like, to pass down. Like, you can't tell your children how to woo a woman. I think that's like the recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
But you have to have opinions that now transfer over to your children that are really not, that are like only like lifestyle opinions.
Yeah,
so it's like,
I see what you mean.
I think that's what makes someone sexy is like
taste.
Hey, like I'm giving my like taste, and I'm giving my dad credit. I don't think he meant for this, but his big thing was, can you put it under the broiler? Like he would say that to every wait staff. Like, can you take the nachos, to bring it back to the nachos? He's like, I want those nachos
crispy,
but when they're done, can you put them under the broiler after they're done? I've never had a broiler. I don't even know what that means. All I know it means is it takes whatever you're having and it makes it a little crispier than you intended it to be.
Yeah.
And I think when you get something put under the broiler in front of the opposite sex or you ask for that, You are now a more sexual being. You are now in the game of hottest person alive.
Yeah, because you just like know what you like, and that hopefully extends to other corners of your life. But like, yes, I know when I sit down at the bar, I know what I like to order, I know what I like to drink, I know how I want it, and like that, like you're in or you're out, and that's I think, and like,
Right.
and if I meet someone or I'm with somebody who has the same kind of like, I hate when people are like, I don't know, what are you gonna get? You don't like anything on this menu? You don't have any preferences? Like, throw something out there that you're interested in.
You have no thoughts. You looked at this whole thing and you were like,
I'm just like, all of a beer? Like, what kind of beer? Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
But we're both,
Well,
we're very particular people, you and I. Like, we both know, like, we're like, I like this kind of thing.
Right. Particular gets a bad rap. I think particular
good.
is like interesting.
Yeah. I've tried lots of things. I found which one I like the most. I would like to have the thing I like the most when I can.
Well, particular is like a fine line between particular and a nuisance to society.
Yeah.
Like, I won't sit unless I am seated at a booth that is cushioned is different than I'd prefer the cushioned booth than this chair.
Right. Or like if I'm at a party and I go up to a bar where they're just kind of like pouring stuff, I'm not going to be like, can I get like a 50-50 gin martini? And like, what kind of gin do you, I'm just like, I see what's going on. I'm like, if there's a white wine open, I'll have that. That's fine. Like, it's like you can roll with things, but when you're given the chance to exercise your preferences, you have them.
Like most things in life, there's a thin line between perfection and annoying. Alison Leiby, thank you for coming on.
A dream.
Always a pleasure. Always easy. This is it. This is
do it all day.
This is what we're here for. This is someone listened to this and they were like, it scratched an itch.
I
for
hope
them.
so.
I can tell. I can feel that.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's the hope with a podcast.
Yeah.
Chit Chat Wednesday back next week. Boom.